So, I've been playing a lot of Genshin Impact recently. It's a horrible game, and it's bad, and I hate it. And you should never play it, but at the same time, it's a great game, and it's good, and you should play it, and I love it. And it's really been impeding on my productivity levels, cause instead of doing actual art stuff and drawing, I'm just running around trying to level up my characters and dying to the stupid fucking Walmart Eggman Elsa looking at. So, I decided, what better way to make my unfortunate addiction to Genshin than to make a video about it? So I was like, fuck it. Genshin Fusions. Hey, so, it was supposed to just transition to another set of footage after I said that last part, but I realized that in the footage, I never introduced what I was doing, so, I decided to randomize the characters I fused by using the random number generator and a list of the characters. So here's the footage of me doing that with my friend Gail. Gail, say hi.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another.
No! Okay, wait.
What? Dang.
Yeah?
Ouch. Bro, what the frick?
Okay. If random number generator.
I just want to do these.
Okay. How many should I do? How many fusions should I do?
3.
Okay. Alright, so okay. First one, 34, which is Zhongli.
Proud, you know.
Wait, I will take note of.
Hello.
Hello. What?
Just keep lagging.
Yeah. Anyway, the first one I got was Zhongli.
Okay.
And then the second one I got 19. Mona.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Those are my hot.
First fusion, Zhongli and Mona. Alright, so, confession. When I was drawing this, I was still fairly new to the games, and I hadn't done Zhongli's Archon quest yet, so I had no idea what Zhongli's character was other than he looks hot, he's the Geo Archon, and he has a suit. I had some idea on what Mona was like because I actually have her, but Zhongli was a complete stranger to me. And I hate that I knew nothing about him, because when I made this, I could have done something with the fact that both characters are fucking broke. The only reason why I found out Zhongli was broke was through the comments on Reddit when I posted this fusion onto there. And even then, I was so confused because I was like, wait, what the fuck? Isn't he like a god? How is he broke? But then I actually played the story and it all made sense. Anyway, on to the actual design. So at first, I really struggled with the kind of concepts I wanted this fusion to have. Because, I really wanted all my fusions to take aspects, or both concepts from both characters, and then put them together to come up with one single cohesive character theme or concept. So it didn't look messy and like I just half-heartedly mashed them together, right? But then, I thought, suit, hat, magic man. So that's my concept for them. They are the broke magic man. I gave Magic Man Mona's hat, which I transformed from a wish's hat, to a top hat to fit the magician concept I gave them, as well as Zhongli's suit with Mona's leotard design thing on it. Looking back now, I don't think the design translated as well as it could have, which ended in the suit looking plain, kinda really boring. In hindsight, I probably should have given the suit and even the hat more components and details, considering they're pretty much the main focal points of the outfit. But unfortunately, it's too late for changes, so I'm just gonna have to keep that in mind for next time. Also, regarding the outfit, I gave Zhongli's inner polo shirt thing, as well as the suit pants and some of his diamond metal accessory thingies. I have no idea what they're called, but they're there. But I also gave them some star metal accessory thingies as well to represent Mona, as well as translate the stars on Mona's tights to the Magic Man's, I'm just calling him Magic Man now, suit pants. Also, somehow my blind ass didn't see how both of them have gloves, so I didn't give the Magic Man gloves. But you know what? It's bed mass. The two gloves cancel each other out to make no gloves. I don't make the rules, the numbers do. For the hair, I gave him two low ponytails and Zhongli's hair color as well as Mona's bangs. And then my dumbass, TM, made his eyes just Mona's eye color instead of giving the fusion the heterochromia eyes like I usually would, because I guess I was lacking brain juice or something, I don't know. Because like usually I would just put the one person's eye color and then have the other eye be the other person's eye color and it'd be cool and it'd be like an actual fusion. But I forgot to do that for this one and I only realized after I posted it, so it was too late to change it. As for their colors, I remember really struggling with them because of how different Zhongli and Mona's color schemes are. Like, Zhongli's color scheme is a lot more muted and calm and earthy, and it does give like the the vibe of power, but it's a lot less flashy than compared to Mona's. It's earthy with lots of browns and silvers and yellows, while Mona's color scheme is regal and, like I said, more flashy with blues and purples and reds and golds. Eventually, I just decided on purple being the main color, with brown, gold, and silver being the sub-colors? I forgot the word for it, but like, if this fusion color scheme were an artifact in Genshin, purple would be the main stat, and brown, gold, and silver would be the sub-stats, if you know what I mean. Finally, I made him a Polearm user, and since Magic Man was already a guy, and a Polearm user via Zhongli, I decided to make him Hydra to try to balance his fusion out more. So yeah, there he is. I'd like to imagine that he'd scam people out of their money with his magic tricks by hiding his vision and pretending that he's just a regular person doing magic when he's actually just using his vision, and that's how he'd make money. Fucking rad, man, I love him. So yeah, fusion 1 down, 1 more to go. Do you care he? Because I care he. Then our second and last fusion for this video, Noelle and Xinyan. Now, you may notice that there's no footage for the rough sketch in this speed paint, and that's because I drew the rough sketch while streaming on Twitch, on twitch.tv.exclamation, oh wait, I messed it up, twitch.tv/exclamation. Bold of you to was denied any shame left in my soul to stop me from this self-promo. When will I be streaming? I don't know, your guess is as good as mine, especially since school is coming up soon. But I will indeed stream occasionally, sometimes mayhaps, so mayhaps you could tune in sometime when I do, please, mayhaps. Alright, self-promo over, back to the actual design talk. The Xinyan and Noelle fusion was a lot of fun to design and draw, probably because of the edgy punk aesthetic that I went for with them, since I don't get to draw that a lot. Initially, I was gonna go for just like an edgy-ish idol concept for the fusion, but then I realized I would step on Barbara's toes by doing that, because she is an idol as well. So I was wanting to do something else, but I didn't have any ideas. Luckily, my friends reminded me of the Lolita fashion aesthetic, so instead I went for a gothic/edgy Lolita, with the guitar as well, because why not? For the dress, I looked up a reference online and heavily based the dress off of that dress, because I'm not really good at designing dresses. if I tried to design a dress by myself without a reference, it'd probably look like the baby of a war crime in a war crime, with a little sprinkle of what the fuck. So probably to hope, yeah, mayhaps I should not do that actually. Let's not do that. Regarding colors, the problem I had for the Mona and Zhongli fusion? Yeah, for these two it was the opposite. The color schemes are very similar. And by that I mean they basically have the same colors except for like one. Both the color schemes have black and white and kind of yellow. I mean like their yellows they have like different shades of yellow, but it's still like a yellow, And then Xinyan has red and Noelle has a dark leaning towards magenta, but not really pink. And like, yeah, Xinyan's has like a brightish yellow, while Noelle has a toned down grayish yellow, but it's still yellow all the same. So yeah, their color schemes were very similar, but I decided to use mostly red and black for the dress, with white and dark pink as secondary colors, since I thought the color scheme would be more fitting of the edgy, gothic theme. And since the majority of the color scheme seemed more like Xinyan, I decided to give Edge Girl white above shoulder length hair with bangs and the rose and little pink fabric thing on Noelle's chest connected to her neck piece thing. I don't know what it's called. Convey more Noelle. I also translated Noelle's gloves into knuckle gloves with spikes on them to fit the goth edgy theme better. And I tried to incorporate the fact that Noelle's outfit shows little to no skin by covering the fusion's arms and legs with fishnets, which I got from Xinyan's design. So hopefully that looks appealing. I genuinely don't have eyes. I didn't fry this rice, the shrimp did. As for the details of the actual dress itself, I put the design of Xinyan's leotard onto the corset of the dress, like the bottom part of the corset, with like you're supposed to like tie it and stuff, because I thought it looked cool. And I also tried to incorporate Noelle's apron, but like inverted. So instead of the apron being in the middle, the apron would be like two aprons, and they'd be on the side, and they like wouldn't cover the middle, if that makes sense. When you see it, you'll understand it. And again, for hair, I incorporated Xinyan's funky buns and converted her main bang into a random hair swoop covering Noelle's bangs. I also gave edgy girl Xinyan's hair highlights, except I made them pink for Noelle. In terms of eyes, luckily, I actually remembered what I would do with fusions this time and gave edgy girl the fusion heterochromia, with Xinyan's yellow eye and then Noelle's green eye. I also gave her eyeshadow and lipstick because I felt like edgy girl would wear eyeshadow and lipstick. That's my headcanon for her. And yeah. Oh, and for the pipa, the guitar-looking thing that she's holding, I heavily referenced the picture online for it too, but I kind of fucked it up and made the pipa too white and chunky. My excuse is that my art style is white and chunky, so it just translated into that when I drew the pipa. That is my excuse. It's totally not because I just had trouble drawing the pipa in the first place, no. And that's pretty much it. I gave her a geovision to try and balance out the fusion since I felt like edgy girl had more Xinyan than Noelle, but yeah. There is girl. She is edgy. She is Lolita. She is guitar. She is love. I love her. I have no other headcanons for her other than she is absolutely a sweet badass, and I would absolutely let her step on me, and I stand by those statements wholeheartedly. And those were my fusions. Those are the two fusions I did, yes. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you watch the entire thing through. It really means a lot to me, I'll probably do more videos like this. I don't know how often they'll come out, especially since school is starting soon. But if you want to, and if you enjoy this video, you should definitely stick around for more, you know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching again, and I hope to see you again soon, you know. Stay safe, don't die, and bye.